and welcome back to the channel. Please remember to smash the thumbs up like button and also subscribe so that way you'll be notified when the new videos come out. Alright, so we're going to be installing some ACERBIS fork shoe covers. They're just made out of plastic. They have some metal bosses in here, and they bolt directly to your fork shoe pinch bolts here in the front. So you just loosen these guys up, install the fork shoe over it, put the bolts through again, and these provide some additional protection from rocks and different things like that, so it doesn't cause any damage to the metal fork shoe, your axle nuts, rounding it off or causing issues, as well as your suspension adjustments underneath here. I think the pair of these, I want to say, was 25 bucks. They're just plastic, super inexpensive, but could save you a lot of hassle and headache if you did cause any damage to these metal parts here, or the axle. So we're just going to go ahead and to install it's pretty simple. Just loosen these up, pull these bolts out, you put the shoe on, and then run the bolts back in. So I will do that, and I'll be back with you in a minute. So I'm trying to install these here, and in order to get this plastic shoe to fit flush on the front of the metal shoe, the side here was actually hitting the fork guard. So I took the fork guard off and was able to get this part, these two holes here, mounted flush up against tight. It looks good here, it looks good, but when I go to put the fork guard back on, you can see that the holes don't line up. It's interfering, and it looks like part of this part here is a little proud, and it's hitting this piece here, not allowing it to line up with the mounting hole that you can see right there. It's just not letting it come all the way down. So I might have to trim off some of this plastic here just to clear this, in order to get this to sit flush. If not, if you have this on here and you don't do that, you have to pry this plastic part out, and then it makes this whole assembly kick forward, and it doesn't, the metal bosses in this plastic portion doesn't sit flush against the brake shoe, and then when you put your pinch bolts on, it's kind of on an angle, and it's not sitting flush and doesn't tight. I don't know the torque spec on these. I'll have to look that up. I just have them tight right now, but I think I'm gonna kind of, I guess, modify this here a little bit just to see if I can get this to clear all this and get this back on. Easier probably to modify the ACERBIS piece than the stock fork guard here. So I'm gonna work on that, and then I'll be back with you guys. Alright guys, I'm back. So I did a little bit of trimming on this piece here. I cut off a good amount. Just went basically along the edge there and just made a little bit of relief across there. Now when you put it up here, let's see if I can do this one-handed. So when you put this up here now, you can see that the bolt holes line up and it sits flush on the shoe portion now. And then once you do that, you can see that there's a little bit of gap there. Just had to kind of trim that a little bit to get it to fit. But other than that, having no issues. So I'm just going to go ahead and install the 2 pinch bolts here, and we'll be wrapped up. So it's pretty straightforward. I didn't think I was going to have to do any cutting or modifying, but no big deal, just a little bit of trimming. It's soft plastic, so it wasn't too difficult to make it fit in there. But this is on the clutch side, so I'm not sure if I'll have the same issue on the other side, but we'll see. I'm working on the brake side here, and I've got the bracket mounted the best I could before modification, and I got it lined up as pretty good here. As you can see, it sticks out here and it doesn't really line up. It's kind of on the outside, and it's causing the bracket to want to kick down, and that then in turn doesn't really allow this to sit flush against that shoe. So think I'm gonna take these guys off, trim this a little bit like I did the other one along here to get it to come down, you know, in here like that to get to match that, because if not, it just doesn't fit right and it just sticks way out. So I think I'm gonna do the same thing, just trim this little bit off and see how that helps out with the alignment of these guys here, and then we'll be back.